Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another printer review video. Today we're going to be unboxing this printer, setting it up, and then I'm going to give you kind of my opinion on it and review it. So stay tuned, we're going to unbox this printer and we will get right into the video. Now before we really get into the rest of the video, I just wanted to mention quickly some resources that are down in the description below. If you were wanting to buy this printer today, I wanted to give you the resources to go ahead and do that. So down in the description below, I'm going to have a link in the description for this printer. So there will also be a few other resources, just such as my website, bestprinterstech.com, where you can buy a variety of printers and get the written review for this printer. And if you didn't have Amazon Prime, that is another link that will be down there. So if you're purchasing this printer, and my link will take you to Amazon.com. But also if you want to get Amazon Prime, if you haven't signed up already, you can sign up for free for 30 days, and then you can decide from there whether you use it or not. But basically Amazon Prime allows you to get your packages in 2-day shipping, like really quick. So take advantage of that, it being free. That's going to be in the description below, so you can go ahead and take advantage of that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we will unbox the HP OfficeJet 8710. Okay, so right when we open it up here, we've got some items, and we've got a power cable, and we've got some ink. This is 952 ink. This is just a setup ink, so this is what it'll come with. And then you've got some instructions here. You've got some paperwork, some instructions. Just really quick, if you were also wanting to buy some additional ink, I'm going to leave a link to that as well down in the description below. So it'll be facing the front just like that. And that is your 8710, so we'll go ahead and take it out of the box. Alright, so the power cable is right here on the bottom right. Now if you don't have a A to B cable at home already, I'm going to link that in the description below, because that's the cable that you're going to connect from your computer to the printer. So that's very important that you have that cable. I'm going to put that right down below. Alright, so there's your OfficeJet Pro 8710, and we'll go ahead and power it on. We are powering on. Alright, so this is the first part of the setup. You're going to go ahead and choose a language. You're confirming a lot of this stuff. So you're going to do a general setup. As a consumer, you're wanting to do just the general setup. Okay, so now at this point, you're going to go ahead and you will be installing the ink cartridges. So very simple setup. This is the simplest one I've seen so far. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your ink, have it there, and you're going to go ahead and open this top part. Now you have a crevice in here where you can just put your fingers in, and just open it up just like that. Your print head should come right to the middle here, and when it does, you can go ahead and begin installing the ink. Alright, so you're really just taking your ink and you're sliding it right in. Okay, just like that. These have springs, and so just like that, and they will go right in place. Next one is yellow. That's really all there is to it. Go ahead and close this up, and the printer will go through the system and go through the appropriate things to get the cartridges settled in place. And of course, you're going to want to test the printer and load up some blank paper. Okay, so now at this point, you're going to want to go ahead and put some blank paper into the paper tray. So it says, "Thank you for installing the cartridges," and then you're going to go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to initialize the printer, and it's going to take up to 7 minutes. So you're going to go ahead and hit continue. So it's going to be printing some documents up, so you're really just going to want to pull out this the extender on the paper tray so that the paper has a place to come to. Okay, so just allow it to go ahead and do what it needs to do. It's going to print out some sheets like I said, and that's all there is to it really. Alright, so it really just doesn't take that long. It just needs to print out this page here. So that's really all it is. So from here, you're just going to get back to your screen and you are going to click manual setup. And I'm going to connect these later, but if you have your wireless network that you want to connect, go ahead and do that right away, or your Ethernet, either way, so that you can just get that out of the way, but we're going to connect later. Okay, so you get to decide that. That's fine with me. Choose whether it's for home or business. Alright, so that's it. It's set up. It is ready for you to print, and just to show you here, it is a touch screen, and you do have this on the top where you can go ahead and so it's very similar to the 8720, which I also reviewed not too long ago on this channel. As far as the touch screen and all the capabilities, I really love the touch screen. Any printer in 2019 really needs a touch screen, no matter what. So you can send fax. This is a fax, regular printer. You can print wirelessly. You can print from a wireless device, Android or iPhone. And of course, you can print photos. So there's the photo section. And with this printer, you're really just going to have a USB. So if you have a USB drive or connecting your phone, if you're connecting your phone, you're going to have to set it up through your computer. And so that's something I highly recommend, that you go into your computer and just along with connecting your printer, connect your phone as well. If you're wanting to print photos from your phone, that's something you're able to do. So really a compact printer here that is going to, unlike the 8720, which is the model up from this one, it's very, very compact, and it can really fit in, a small desk space. Not a very small, but just a regular, small size desk. Really is going to be fine for this. With the ladder, with the 8720, it's really something that you need a good amount of desk space for, and it's going to take a decent amount of space and might even need its own desk area. But with the 8710, you have a compact printer. It has pretty much the functionality of the 8720, just it looks different, and the printing speed is a little bit less than the 8720. So if you're doing lighter load printing and you're not really going to be doing crazy amounts of office work, it's just going to be like a home office type of printer, this is going to be the printer that you are going to want to purchase. The 8720 is a step up from that. If you are, let's say you own a business, and you have an office that you really need to print a lot, you have a lot of work that you need to do, that is a printer that is set up just for that. This printer here is a little bit more simple, and I love that you still have your top paper tray. I find that an essential thing, and that really wins it for me. You've got your scanner here. Always check the glass, make sure it's not broken when you're buying these printers. And so everything on this printer, I like everything about this printer, the simplicity of it. And there's really nothing extra here. If you're looking for something new from the previous years on the OfficeJet Pro series, there's really nothing majorly new. It's really just going to be like, there's really just going to be a few differences, and the size is about the same, smaller. But this is just really comparing the 8720 to the 8710, more so than comparing it to previous printers. So I like this printer. For the usage of it, I will give it a 4.5. It's a good overall printer. Nothing really fancy about it. It does have the touchscreen, but I would say that the touchscreen is absolutely necessary, and that if you don't have a touchscreen on a printer and you're a company that's making these printers without the touchscreen, that's something that for me, I really can't get behind, and I don't understand. No matter what the printer type is, everybody finds touchscreen useful, and so that's something that I by default will lower the score on bestprinterstech.com if it does not have a touchscreen. Now, of course, if you're wanting to print more so like photos, and you needed a printer that printed more photos, this is not the printer for you, because you just have that USB, and a lot of times when you're using your camera, you're using your phone, and a lot of other things, you need different SD slots And so you can find a printer like that on bestprinterstech.com. But for this printer, this is a good overall printer for what it's intended to do. You can go into your wireless mode, and you have some other settings here. Quiet mode is something that I find essential. So that's really all there is to it. I give it a 4.5. I really like the printer. I think it's good for the intended use. So that's really all I've got for the for this printer. We unboxed it. We went through the setup. We installed the ink cartridges, and I'm giving you my opinion and what I really think about the printer. Really, you can really compare this one really well to the model up from this, which is the 8720, and you really choose between those two. You know, am I really going to have to print a lot, or is this something that, you know, I just need to print every now and then, or, you know, I might have a lot, but it's not enough to where I need a gigantic printer that prints super fast. This is going to have lower print speeds, but the quality is still going to be the same on both printers. So the main difference here is just speed and capability when it comes to printing large quantities of documents. But the quality overall is going to be the same. You've got the same touch screen and all that, and you've got the same program running here for you to save on your ink. Right, so that wraps up my review on the HP OfficeJet Pro 8710. I hope that I was able to help you in making your buying decision for this printer, and if you did decide for it, I would greatly appreciate if you went down in the description below and clicked the link there for this printer, as well as if you needed additional ink. And also make sure to just, in general, if you needed, you know, that A to B cable, that link is there as well. A lot of resources for you down there. Amazon Prime, you got a free 30-day membership. I really highly recommend. I mean, it's free. It doesn't get any better than that. And you've also got my website, bestprinterstech.com. So if you were wanting to buy a different printer, or you wanted some advice, or you wanted to read the actual review that I write on my website for this printer, that is going to be available, all of that in the description below. If you have any questions at all, make sure to comment. Also make sure to like this video. I'd greatly appreciate that, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with some more review videos that I do on some different models. So thank you for watching, and until next time.